welcome back to the Sweet Star Candle YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make really cute embeds for your wax melts. So I have some of my wax melt embeds. I just keep them in Ziploc baggies. For example, here are some clouds for Breezy Bunny, some stars for Cosmic Candy, and then some petals and flowers for my Cherry Blossom Sakura Shiba wax melt. So these are what the clouds look like up close, and these are what I'm going to be using today to show you guys how I use these to make a really cool effect in the wax melts. So as you can see, they have flat bottoms like I talk about all the time, and this is the side that will go against the bottom of the clamshell. So these clouds I got from Amazon, and I'll have a picture that shows up right here that shows you what the mold looks like. So when you're looking for molds to make your wax melt embeds, you want them to have one side that is completely flat, and the other side, it doesn't matter what the other side is. So as you can see on this mold, the bottom is completely flat, so that makes really pretty and perfect wax melts. I'll have some examples that pop up on screen of just how I use different shapes and different colors to make really pretty wax melts, like Cosmic Candy, how I have the stars and they're flat against the bottom. Sakura Shiba, I've got the petals on the bottom. Reindeer cookies, I've got really cute gingerbread cookie embeds, silicone molds, and I'll also have those linked down below. They're also from Amazon. You can even see the details in the gingerbread cookie, which is really cute. And then finally, Pumpkin Patch Cat. These ones, I'll show you guys how I make these. It's a little bit more of an extra step since I have not been able to find pumpkins that have a completely flat bottom like these other molds. But I will show you guys later on in this video what to do if your mold does not have a flat bottom. I'll also include some links to some other molds that I think will fit in these clamshells that you can use for your designs. So I'll have some examples that pop up on screen, and I'll have all of those linked down below. You can kind of just get creative with it. What kind of wax melts do you want to make? What kind of colors? So once you have your silicone molds and you've made your embeds in whatever color you want, if they have a flat bottom like these clouds do, for example, you're going to place the clouds against the bottom, flat side down. Also, these clamshells are from Aztec Candle Supply. They're the extra large clamshells, and the reason I use these is because each cell in the clamshell is about 1 by 1, so I have more room to kind of decorate how I want these embeds to go as compared to normal clamshells where you don't really have that much room and you kind of have to use really tiny embeds. But here I can have more clear designs and plenty of room. So I'm just going to add all these clouds in, flat side down, and I will be right back. Another quick thing to note is if you notice on some of the embeds, the part that is up towards the top can be slightly deformed, and that is just fine. We'll be covering that up with wax, and the main thing that's important is what is touching the bottom of the clamshell. Another note is that I have these clamshells oriented in a way that when they close like this and the label is put on, the clouds will be positioned correctly. So you basically want the lid of your clamshell to be facing towards you as you put these embeds in. And you can really get creative with this process. If you find, like, if you wanted a moon and clouds and stars all in one clamshell, you could perfectly do that. Just depends on what kind of design that you want. And I'll have some examples that pop up on screen of some different designs that I've done just for my YouTube channel. So these embeds also are just made with the same wax melt wax I'm going to be pouring over them. My wax is currently melting, so once that gets melted, I'll let you guys know what temperature it needs to be before you pour over your embeds to kind of prevent the embeds from kind of spreading out because of the heat of the wax we're going to pour on top. And if you decide to make wax melts with different embeds or whatever you want to do, please tag me on @SweetStarCandles on Instagram, Pinterest, wherever. I would love to see your guys' design. I'll also have a link down below to the specific wax melt wax I'm using. This wax melt wax I really like because it has the highest percentage of paraffin to soy wax. So that way you're getting the most benefit and bang for your buck with the paraffin, which leads to a higher hot throw and cold throw. But you're also getting the snappability and the look of soy wax. So I like to get my wax melt wax heated to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. When it gets to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, I like to pour in my fragrance oil, get all that mixed in, And then I like for my wax to cool down to about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And what this will do, once again, is it will prevent these clouds from basically melting when we pour in the wax. It makes it to where we're kind of getting a cohesion between the temperature of our environment and the clouds and the wax in the picture, so the clouds will not melt. So I'm just reheating my wax right now to get it up to that 200 mark, so that way our wax actually gets the fragrance oil incorporated. You definitely don't want to pour in fragrance oil when your wax is too low of a temperature. We don't want to risk that the fragrance oil doesn't incorporate with the wax. So my wax has reached 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and now I'm going to pour into my clamshells. I'm also going to use my spoon to kind of break the fall of the wax. And I kind of just like to go square by square to kind of lock in where I place the embeds. It also gives a chance for the wax that I poured first to kind of cool down a little bit before I pour all the rest of the wax. And these clouds would be perfect, like I use them for my clean scent. If you have a clean scent as well, or if you want to do like a nighttime scent, the clouds are really cute for that. And like I said, they're really easy to deal with because they have perfectly flat bottoms, and even if the top is messed up, they work just fine. So I just want to get these basically level with the top of the wax melt without going any higher. So I want it to be able to be closed since these are going to the customer. Basically all the ugly products I keep for myself, and all the really pretty stuff goes out to customers, which is how it should be. And then if you like mess up and you add too much, you can just put your spoon, kind of get some wax and put it right back into your pitcher. Oh, and another thing, these clamshells hold 5.4 ounces of wax. So if you're wanting to basically do easy math and not have to waste time making a wax melt, these hold 5.4 ounces. So if you take how much your embeds that you're going to be using, how much those weigh, subtract that from the total, and then you'll have the amount of wax that you need per clamshell. So I will be right back once these have solidified to show you guys the final results of how these cloud embeds do and how the design turns out using this method. I don't know what I would call this method. Basically you're putting down embeds and that's like your picture, and then I like to call the outside color, that's your frame of your picture. So I'll be right back once these have solidified. So I just wanted to show you guys this before I signed off for today. So I'm having to make a Sakura Shiba as well. So you can also do different orientations of the design. See, this is a bad Sakura Shiba, but I'm facing them in different directions to kind of give the effect that the cherry blossoms have fallen. So you kind of can incorporate, you know, different embeds in one wax melt as well as different directions in a wax melt. So I just want to share that with you guys, just something to think about. And as you can see, the top of these is not flat, but the bottom is. So I just add them kind of going off the shape of the one that I already had. This is one I just kind of look at to remember where I need to place them. So these all go in different directions. Just like that. And then of course when the wax melt is poured, the only thing you'll be able to see is the bottom and then the color we pour on top. So it's the next day, and I just wanted to show you guys how these turned out. Ta-da! As you can see, the blue wax just surrounded where we put the clouds, and they were completely flat. And then what I'll do is add some labels to these, and then they are ready to be packed up and sent to the customer. And then here is the Sakura Shiba, the floral smell, little cherry blossom petals. So I want to show you guys what you should do if you have a mold like this one. As you can see, the bottom is definitely not flat. It has ridges so that when this mold will pop out, you have the pumpkin on the outside. So what I do is the part that goes on the bottom of my wax melts is the part that's on the opposite side. So once I pour my wax in here and it's solidified, I like to heat gun over the top of that side one more time. So that way I can try to get the wax that's on this side as flat as I can. And if you want to, you can pop them out of the mold and kind of rub them against paper towels and that'll get rid of some rough edges of the wax. Or you can heat gun them once you pop them out, just barely go over them. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's what I would do if you've got a mold that has some ridges on it. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I hope it was helpful. I'll have all the links to all the products down below. I also have links to some other really cute embeds that I found on Amazon. So if you want to check that out, they'll be linked down below. I also have my website linked to the top of the description if you want some more product photos and kind of how I like to show these off over on my website. Also be sure to tag me on Pinterest, Instagram, basically everywhere. If you make a design and you kind of use this method, I would love to see them. You can just tag me at Sweet Sir Candles. Thank you everyone again for watching. Hope today's video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys as soon as I can.